Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. Happy New Year. Glad that we are here in 2023 finally, and we have a lot to look forward to this year, and we'll be discussing how we should be preparing for the new year in this live stream. Also, if you're wondering why I sound a little bit funny, my voice, I lost it a little bit. Had a bit of a good night last night, so I lost my voice a little bit, so just mind that as we do continue on through the live stream. But hope everybody had a very happy new year, a good celebration, is in good health and spirits right now. Let's continue on with this live stream. Big shout out to Jazzy saying happy new year. Let's get it, Crypto Empire fam. Absolutely, man. Let's get it. Good to see you here in the live chat. We also have CRO8 saying good morning, Connor. Good morning, CRO. I assume you're over in Australia. Actually, I know you're over in Australia from your previous comments. Right now, it's still the evening time, around 6 p.m. in New Jersey, but good morning to you. Thank you for being here in the live stream. We also have Matt, who knows, saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Matt. Let's get started with this live stream, hop right into it with our market overview, and then we're going to get into some very good stuff. I have a little presentation prepared for this stream, so let's go right now with our crypto market overview. So here we go. Bitcoin trading still $16,598. Nothing has changed, still sideways. Ethereum still trading right around $1,200, and our top 10 unchanged. Nothing is really happening. We do have some, we do have some movers right now. We got Litecoin picking it up a little bit, up 7.5% on the week. Also very interesting, the OKX exchange token OKB up 25% on the week. Not sure why, because I just want to show you very quickly with this coin, OKB. If we look at this thing on the daily price chart, it's on an absolute tear. Let's actually go to a 3-day. It's on an absolute tear, but what we need to be concerned about here is the volume, right? This is normal volume. This right here is nobody's buying or selling whatsoever. And the price is just increasing. So that makes me think that the OKX exchange is doing something a little bit shady to drive the price of their tokens so high. But this volume is definitely telling. But anyway, that's OKB, and it's up 25% and crushing it. But I would be very careful if you think it's a good token to buy. Also, big shout out to Christopher Constant saying Happy New Year, fam. Good to see you, Chris. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for being here in the live stream. We also have Mr. Sellers Home saying let's go 2023. We're here, so it's time to dominate and crush it. So let's take a look at our gainers and losers on the day. Nothing is really happening right now. We have Zigzag, that's on ZK Sync, up 50%. MLT up 25%. Bunch of low caps. Gains Network up 18%. Nothing really happening too crazy right now with your main tokens, though. And your losers, a bunch of coins that nobody has really heard of either. So that's our market. It's very flat, very sideways right now. Before we get into our analysis, it's time to go over the game plan on how to crush this year. All right, how to make your portfolio for 2023, your mindset, what you should be thinking. We're going to get into it right now. So let's go. Your 2023 crypto game plan to dominate the market, presented by yours truly, Connor from Crypto Empire. And this is where we dominate the market with Crypto Empire. So let's get into it. So first of all, what to expect in this new year. All right, so we are in the mid to late stages of the bear market right now, as I'm sure everybody is aware. So with that being said, it's still a risk-off environment. It's not the time to be aping into altcoins. It's risk-off, right? Preservation of capital is still key, and we need to keep that in the forefront of our mind as we do go forward here. So 2023 will likely be a slow year for the cryptocurrency market. Not expecting any new all-time highs for Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's a very low chance that we see new all-time highs for these assets. Most likely it will be range bound, and it could be a very wide range. When we get into the price charts, I'll show you what could hypothetically play out here with that range bound scenario for this year. The highs and low points, the extremes of it. Right, so there will be a lot of shakeouts with long wicks lower. What I want you to envision in your mind here is the March of 2020 capitulation that happened. Right, when I say there's going to be a lot of shakeouts with long wicks lower. Let's head over to a Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame and examine what I'm referring to here. All right, this is what I'm referring to. A nice long wick, lower. You know how many people panic sold these weeks when Bitcoin flushed down under $4,000 in March of 2020? People thought it was coming down here to 2K, right? People just gave up altogether and they force sold, they panic sold. If we do get another capitulation this year, which is likely, it's very possible, a decent chance that does happen, do not be the one panic selling. That's the time to really buy more, basically. It worked out very well in March of 2020, so if we get another capitulation this year, we got to be ready for it. So never put yourself in a position where you need to force sell your coins due to poor capital management. Never become a forced seller. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, right? And when prices, if they do drop lower here and they stay low for a long period of time, do not be in a position where you need to sell your crypto, because every coin that you have can potentially be worth 5, 10, 20x in the future. So you put $100 into the market now, that can easily be $1,000 to $2,000 in the future. Every penny, every dollar you invest, every $100 you put in, you need to have that forward outlook. All right, so if you are in a position where you need to force sell, you're really going to regret it in 2, 3, 4, 5 years whenever we do get that next bull market and things do start to pick up again. All right, so let's get into the actionable tasks to focus on for the new year. So the game plan right now. Let's huddle up and go over the game plan. Huddle up, huddle up. So first of all, if you don't denominate your portfolio in crypto, you should start doing so immediately. What do I mean by that? So most people only think about the US dollar asset denomination of their portfolio. They only think, oh, I have, I don't know, 100K in crypto right now. I have $1 million in crypto right now. I have $1,000 in crypto. That's all they think, the dollar amount. If this is still you, you need to start changing your thinking, right? You need to pick your main asset. For most people, that's Bitcoin. For a lot of people, it's Ethereum. Both work, whether you want to pick Bitcoin or Ethereum. But you want to denominate your entire portfolio in Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever main asset that you want. Right? For some crazy people, they might pick like, I don't know, Litecoin or Monero or something. I don't advise that. Not a good idea. But pick your main asset, and your focus should be getting more coins and not the dollar amount you have. It's all about the number of coins that you hold. All right. So build your long-term spot bags and focus on your main asset. Really, in this year, man, my throat is banged up right now. Long night. Anyway, shout out to Expendable Youth saying, hell yeah, Connor. Shout out to Expendable Youth. Good to see you, bro. And Coin Operated saying, let's go. What's up, Emperor? Connor, nothing much, Coin Operated. We're just going over the game plan right now for the new year and how to actually crush it. And Jazzy saying, smash up that like button. Yes, smash up that like button. All right, so your main focus should be building your long-term spot bags. Pick your one asset and really just focus on stacking that asset. Yes, you can buy your other altcoins, but understand, if you hold Bitcoin, if you hold Ethereum, you're always going to be able to trade that out for another altcoin, for a lower market cap altcoin. If you have the Bitcoin, if you have the Ethereum, it's almost the same thing as using dollars to buy your altcoins. All right, but really start denominating your portfolio in Bitcoin or Ethereum and focus on stacking your main asset. It's huge. All right, do not neglect this. Now, when it does come to trading your altcoins, focus on the narratives driving the market. Last week, we discussed narratives such as the artificial intelligence altcoins. We also talked about the layer 2 altcoins as well as decentralized exchanges. These are main narratives that are going to drive the market this year in 2023. We don't want to trade a dead altcoin that has no narrative going for it because it's most likely not going to move a lot in price. We want to focus on the coins that are going to actually move. So that's why we stick to the narratives that are paramount in everybody's minds. And right now, yeah, artificial intelligence, decentralized exchanges, layer 2s, etc. are big. We're going to see how the year does shape up and what other narratives start to pop up. But we want to trade the hot altcoins that have volatility. All right, and understand that we're trading these altcoins to gain more of your main asset, whether that's Bitcoin or Ethereum. So you don't want to hold on to these altcoins long term, right? You sell them in profit, whether that's 1 day, 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. Really, you shouldn't be holding them for that long, longer than a month, right, as a swing trader. But you need to sell your altcoins basically when as a trader, and you want to stack more of your main asset. Just grow that spot bag over time, and it will make a big difference by the time the next bull run does actually roll around. All right, so these are some actionable tasks to focus on here, the game plan going forward. All right, last slide here. Then we're going to get into the charts. You want to make your future self proud. How do you do that? All right, so trading is always a game of patience, and this is especially the case in 2023. Because most of the time, the right trade will be to do nothing because of poor market conditions. Understand that. All right? A lot of the times, the best move is going to be to sit on your hands and just not do anything at all. Do not feel like you need to always be doing something. That will be your biggest downfall, your demise. All right, so there will be directional trends up and down to trade, but not all of the time. Identify these times quickly, and this is when to be active trading. All right, so if we actually do have a trend on the daily time frame, which is going to be ideal, but 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour works. But you need to pick the time, identify the time when there's actually a trend, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, and not just sideways chop. This is when you want to be active in the market, not when it's sideways and non-directional. So be smart about when you actually enter into the market and risk your capital with trades. All right, this is big right here. You need to work hard outside of crypto to continue accruing capital. You need to work hard in real life, whether that's a job or your business, because the reason this is so important, it's likely the coins you buy now will be worth 5x to 10x in the future, so do not get lazy or complacent right now. Work your buttocks off and set yourself up. Do the work. Do not skip it. Do not avoid it. Do not run away from it. Just do what you got to do. All right, do it now, and your future self will be proud and thank you for the work that you put in this year. This is really a setup year in crypto. We're probably not, I can't say for 100%, but we're probably not going to see any new all-time highs. So we need to understand that and treat this year as the setup year. Get everything in place. Make sure everything is perfect so that the time that the next bull run rolls around, it's just easy money. We're already prepared. We know exactly what's going on. We're not under-prepared. We're not trying to move things at the last minute, scrambling around. No, we're stone cold killers in the arena, ready to absolutely crush it. All right, last point, do not gamble away your precious coins. Be smart. Again, every coin right now will probably be worth 5x to 10x in the future. So if you're gambling away your precious coins, you're literally just giving away, depending on the size of your portfolio and how many coins you have, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars by chasing after dopamine as a gambler. So don't gamble away your crypto. If you have a gambling problem, fix that along with all your other problems and then get ready to crush it. All right? So that's our little presentation for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you took some notes. Now let's get into our Bitcoin technical analysis. McNaz saying that he's pretty much only in ETH at this point. Very smart, McNaz. Good on you for that. Shout out to All Day Dre with us in the live stream right now, just joining in. Happy New Year, Dre. Thank you for being the GOAT when it comes to the Crypto Empire community, and also always managing these streams so well. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody in the community does as well. Now let's take a look at this price chart and go over what's happening. All right, so we have our weekly candle close in 1 hour from now. It's approximately 2300 hours UTC time right now. So Bitcoin just below 16,600. This is a big support resistance flip level. I really want to see Bitcoin get above this and use it as support again, as it was doing over here, in order to see another push up higher. All right, from this point, the month of December opened up at $17,165. If we go to a monthly chart here, and we take a look at where the month of January opened up, we can see that is here at $16,531. So what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to put a little line there just to mark the spot for reference. Right, we want to know if we're going to have a red or a green month. So we will put this line in the exact position. That's $16,531.83. And we will put this as the January 2023 monthly open. Perfect. And just so we don't get confused, this is the December 2022 monthly open here. All right, very nice. So the monthly, the monthly looks dismal here. And real quick, I told you guys I was going to go over the range scenario for Bitcoin. Let's just go over that real quick before we get into the lower time frames. So it's super obvious on the monthly chart, the main levels, right? They stick out like sore thumbs. First one, when it comes to the extreme on the downside, that's going to be this wick here in the monthly chart. This is at $13,922, really 14K. So from 14K down to around 12K when these two monthly candles come into play here, right? This is going to be the low extreme of the range. If we do get a capitulation from here, I would expect it to be somewhere in this area from $14,000 to $12,000. All right, so this is your range low on the extreme side. Now on the high side, I made it very clear I don't think that we're going to see new all-time highs. So how high will the price actually go this year? Well, looking at the monthly chart, it's very easy to see the key levels. The first one is right here at 25K. Right, with this wick, these multiple wicks into that area, I have a solid yellow line marking that area. And now just above that, we have these wicks over at, we just got a super chat from Mr. Sellers Homes, $9.99, saying, thank you for being here every Sunday, Connor. This knowledge is too valuable to take for granted. Very cool presentation, makes great sense, and is very reasonable. Well, Mr. Sellers Homes, thank you so much for that $9.99 super chat, and I really appreciate your support. As far as me being here every single Sunday, look, I get fueled up to do this because of all of your support. So yeah, I can sit up here and take credit for being here every Sunday, but that's not what this is about. I do this mostly for you guys, for my subscribers, for my supporters, because I know you guys want it and you always ask me for it, so I refuse to disappoint. That's why I show up every single Sunday. It's because of you. So thank you, Mr. Sellers Homes. Thank you, everybody watching this live stream right now from all around the world. This would not be possible without you and your support and your good feedback and encouragement as I continue to do this. All right, so really appreciate the super chat, but seriously, thank you, Mr. Sellers Homes. You know who you are. If you support the channel, really appreciate it. Thank you. We would not be doing this if you did not show as much support as you did. All right, so let's continue on with what I was saying. So now on the high side of the range, here, we have 25K. We also have these wicks a little bit higher here at around $28,000 to $29,000. So most likely, if we do have a choppy range-bound year, the low of that is going to be $12,000 to $14,000. The high of it is going to be 25 to 30K approximately. All right, so this is our range for 2023. So when I say here, there will be directional trends up and down to trade, but not all of the time. We want to trade and identify the times when Bitcoin is actually going to make a move to these range extremes and not just go sideways. All right, so let's say Bitcoin from here wants to go test the extreme high of the range up here at 28K. We want to look for signs that Bitcoin is going to go up to 28K, such as making higher highs, breaking key trend lines. Now we understand, okay, we have a little bit of a trend, a directional trend forming to the upside. We can actually trade here, take the longs, and then as price makes its way up to the range extreme at 25 to 28, we cool off, right? And we expect something to happen. and we start to look for shorts on its way down, on its way down, as we get confirmed trendline breaks and support breaks to the downside. All right, so that's our higher time frame analysis for 2023. Let's drop this back down to a 4-hour chart and get into this. So again, we have 53 minutes until our weekly candle close. The weekly candle right now, pretty ugly one, long wick down into this little demand area. Extend this gray box for the demand area. So pretty choppy week altogether. And look, these candles, 16,300 at the bottom, 16,900 at the top. This is like a 600-point spread. This is so weak, right? Like, this is choppy sideways garbage, really, is what I'm trying to say. If we go look at Bitcoin over here, this is a weekly chart. If we look at this thing in the early stages of the bear market, you know, these weekly candles, over here, this one from 46K down to 42K. That's $4,000, right? 4,000 points approximately. Over here, this weekly candle is 600 points. Understand that this is a game of patience, and especially in 2023, because we are still in the late stage of the bear market. Right? The moves are small. A 100-point move down here feels big, but it's actually nothing. It's very deceiving visually, these candles, right? That's why we need to always zoom out and look at the macro, because these weeks, literally nothing is happening. If we go look at the early stages of the bull market or the bear market, you know, we have candles where price travels $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 in a single week. It is so much easier to trade here when price is moving, when there's volatility. There's very little volatility right now. Just something to keep in mind as we progress through these late stages of the bear market. Early stages of the bear market, the moves are much bigger. Now things get very quiet and not much happens, as I'm sure you're all very well aware of now at this point. Anyways, Bitcoin needs to get above 16,600 if it wants to push up higher from that point. There is some levels over here at around 16.9, right? But this, I'm going to send this to the left. This, as we can see, is a pretty big resistance level, right? So if we get above 16.6, we go to 16.9. If we get above 16.9, we go up here to 17. I can see that happening, right? I'm interested to see how the week is going to start here, but it's still just very, very choppy, right? But I'm not expecting that big flush out nuke lower just yet. It could happen in January where we go to 12 to 14K, but it is possible we also rally a little bit too. And I personally am leaning more towards a little bit of a rally in January. Regardless, not expecting anything too crazy to happen here. We can see Bitcoin trying to break 16,600 right now. But if we look at Ethereum, I'm actually long ETH right now personally. I got into ETH at $1,187 down here on this candle this past Friday, right? I took my entry at this candle, got in, can't even speak. I got in at 1187. Now price is at 1202. This is a little bit of a scalp trade, but I'm expecting price to make its way back up to this area of supply. And on Bitcoin, the equivalent of that is going to be what I just dropped here at around 16,000. That's the right chart. 16,900 here is the equivalent to on ETH around 1220. All right, so looking to take profits around 1220, 1230 on this little ETH long here. As we can see in the Crypto Empire Discord when the trade was posted, right, this little long wick down here targets 1218, 1230. We'll see if we get there. Little bit of a scalp, not expecting anything too crazy. But on ETH, I want to show you this because this is important. This rising wedge, but what I want to show you is on the weekly time frame. So with ETH on the weekly here, ETH has performed a lot better than Bitcoin this bear market. Because as you can see here with ETH, it made its way back up when the merge happened to $2,000 over here, right? It already kind of tagged its high side range extreme high. All right, Bitcoin, what I just showed you, it did not do that. Right, Bitcoin couldn't break above 25. So ETH has been stronger than Bitcoin last year, 2022, in the bear market, right? But Bitcoin has not tagged its previous, major structural support levels like Ethereum has, which makes me think that Bitcoin will probably do better, outperform Ethereum during this year. But I think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin by the time the next bull market rolls around. Some general information there, nothing too crazy. But during the merge, that merge rally for Ethereum, it already tagged its range high extreme that will likely play out for the year. Maybe it goes a bit higher, but I think Bitcoin will outperform Bitcoin this year, or Bitcoin will outperform Ethereum this year for this reason, because ETH already tagged that high during the merge rally this previous summer when that Ethereum merge took place. But anyways, I'm long ETH, expecting it to get up here to 12.18. Hope it does. If not, small loss. I can just move my stop loss at entry break even and not lose anything either. We'll see how the week shapes up. Now also Link, been sharing Link a lot in my Discord here. So Chainlink was looking super, super bullish. Right, if you were shorting over the weekend during the holidays, you're crazy. Right, it was not the time to be opening new shorts. Now Link had this pretty obvious bullish divergence here as price was making its continuous lower lows on the chart. Here it was making higher lows on the RSI, printing that bullish divergence. So that's what made me believe we had this falling wedge, which was going to break out to the upside, and that's exactly what did happen, right, as we can see here. Right, we were reporting this in real time when price was down here at $5.45. Right, I was giving you the trade on how to go about this, and it did break out. We did get that move higher out of the rising wedge, but now Link needs to actually close above $5.63 on this 4-hour chart, or this is a 2-hour chart, but we need to see a breakaway candle from this level here if anything's going to happen. This is resistance, so it is very possible it just gets rejected and rolls over. But anyways, this rising wedge breakout, the price target for a rising wedge breakout is always going to be the top of the wedge. So in this case, that's likely going to be somewhere around 570. Right, this is where I would look to start taking profits at around 570 if you did long Link down here like us in the Discord. But a lot of other altcoins have similar types of market structure. It's just been super, super bearish. Last week during Christmas, during that, the laziest week of the year, as I was saying, between Christmas and New Year's, Bitcoin and Ethereum were sideways doing nothing, but altcoins were just bleeding lower and lower and lower and lower. All right, now we're going to see how the year does shape up. I'm really not expecting anything crazy to happen. Excuse my raspy voice. Not expecting anything too crazy to happen at the start of this week, but maybe towards the end of the week, towards January 5th, January 6th, volatility starts to pick up. So just be patient as we start the new year. Let me catch up with the live chat right now. If you guys like the stream so far, be sure to smash that like button. Only 13 likes right now and well over 30 people watching. Smash that like button right now. I appreciate the support. We have Matt who knows saying hit the like button, boys and girls and aliens. Thank you, Matt, for saying that. We got Sniff with us. Happy New Year, Sniff. Sniff saying that Umi and Rebus are 2 Cosmos tokens I've been stacking. So far, they are doing well. Good to hear that, Sniff. I'm glad that your coins that you're buying are doing well so far. But we're in the bear market, so those gains can easily just get destroyed. So don't have too high expectations. That's all I'm trying to say. But Appreciate you being here in the live chat, watching us live right here, Crypto Empire. Happy New Year, Sniff. Shout out to Adrian Kent, giving the thumbs up. Good to see you, Adrian. We also have Rigoberto Chavez Jr. saying Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year, Rigoberto. Good to see you here in the live stream, my friend. And McNaz96 saying, do you have any advice on the percent capital to percent Bitcoin or Ethereum you should be in? I feel like I may be underexposed at about 8% in on ETH. Right, so if you have 92% of your portfolio in cash and only 8% in ETH, that's not horrible. Right, it really depends on how you want to go about things and how much capital you actually have to invest and trade with. Do I have any advice on the percent of capital? Cash is definitely king, for sure. Happy New Year, Ghost. Good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, I mean, listen, everything is on sale still, so 92% is certainly a lot of cash. If things do move up higher from here, you're going to be on the sideline a lot. So just be careful about that. Now, yeah, I can't advise you financially, right? I'm not a financial advisor. But it's not a horrible idea to have a little bit more of your portfolio in ETH. I know you said you're all in ETH right now because you can use that ETH to trade into altcoins. So it's all about the number of ETH that you hold. Yeah, 8% is a little bit low, but at the same time, we're in a risk-off bear market, so that's fine. Anyways, hope that helps. Coin Operated saying, are you bullish on Viet? It's a much smaller market cap than Fetch. Let's check that out right now. Viet AI. So am I bullish on this coin? Short answer, I really can't answer that because I haven't done enough research into this project to make me bullish or bearish on it. Now, the fact that it is based in the artificial intelligence sector of the market makes me bullish on it because I understand that AI is a hot narrative right now. All right, so we want to pay attention to these AI coins. Now, this thing is down 99% from its all-time high, April, at $3.60. It's now 4.8 cents. So it got crushed, just like everything else, really. Let's take a look at this chart. So yeah, I don't know too much about these fundamentals to say whether I'm bullish or bearish on it, but it's certainly been doing well since the AI narrative started to actually pick up here. Right, it was down here. Wow, this thing 10x'd since November 22nd. Yeah, to buy it right now would not be something I would do. It's not in my trading plan to chase after an asset after it goes 1,000% in a month. That's just not very smart to me. And it looks like I've charted this one before in live streams. And it's in a supply zone now, too, to add icing on the cake. So I would be careful with this one. Be very careful with it. It had the daily bullish divergence here that you could have used as your confirmation to buy it when it was trading at 0.004 cents down here, right? Wow. Really interesting chart. The fact that it just took off like this. But yeah, I'm not bullish or bearish on it. I would lean bullish because it has that artificial intelligence narrative going after behind it. What is the best coin for scalping 1 minute time frame? I don't scalp on the 1 minute time frame, so I can't answer that question. Roy saying buy all the dips, support the market, loyal crypto enthusiasts. Yeah, if you want to, buy every dip. That's totally on you. One way to go about things, for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other charts right now. Before we do that, though, I want to get into some relevant crypto news. First one, talking about the speculation from David Marcus, who used to work at Meta and PayPal. He is now the CEO and founder of the Bitcoin firm Lightspark. He's saying that this year is going to be brutal, which I do tend to agree with. I don't think it's going to be a great year either. What do I think of ALBT? I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's always, I've never bought any of it. I know a bunch of people that are into like the banker coins, love it a lot. But yeah, I'm pretty neutral on ALBT. Never owned it. Never had crazy belief in it. Never hated on it. It's just another coin out there. It's just another one of 12,812 coins on the market to me. Anyways, so it's going to be another tough year for crypto because of FTX, because of that scandal. He's basically saying that because of all the bad actors in crypto, it's going to take a long time for people to warm up to the industry again. He's saying it'll take a couple of years for the market to recover from the abuse of unscrupulous players and for responsible regulation to come through. Consumer trust is also going to take a few years to rebuild, and ultimately he believes this will prove to be beneficial reset for legitimate industry players over the long run. The years of creating a token out of thin air and making millions are over. The music has stopped. We're back to our regular programming of having to create real value and solving real world problems. Yes, I agree with him 100%, especially on this statement. And yeah, I mean, he gives some predictions, pretty much all the stuff that I've been saying for a while now, right? We can go to Q2. I think it's going to be more towards Q3 where things might start to pick up. But really, that Bitcoin halving is going to take place in March of 2024. That's when I would really expect things to turn around. And then later on that year is the election in November of 2024. So that's when likely it really starts to pick up when we get another bull market. And yeah, just a bunch of not really important info as well in this article. But anyways, yeah. So the experts are saying it's going to be a brutal year, much like what I've been saying for a while now, which is why we should pay attention to this presentation that was shared. If you're just joining into the stream right now, go back to the beginning where I go over this presentation in detail, which shares the game plan for 2023. Also, one more thing. So Bitcoin's mining industry is in survival mode. What is in the cards for 2023? All right, so the miners are clinging on for dear life. Basically, hash rate is going to continue to grow, and it's going to become more and more expensive to mine, but the price of Bitcoin is not going up. So miners are relatively screwed for the most part. We'll see if we do get a full-on Bitcoin miner capitulation. That's going to cause a big decrease in price acutely. But just a lot of variables on the table this year. Whether it's a black swan from miners, whether it's a black swan from some crazy announcement made, right? Like what happened in March of 2020, right? They rigged the game essentially then. They stopped all markets. They stopped the supply chain. It came out of nowhere. And we may have another one of these unexpected announcements by the puppet masters. So we'll see. A lot to look forward to, a lot of speculation. But it's going to be a wild year for sure. So just one thing to consider is the miner capitulation. A lot of potential black swans still on the table. So that's why we need to be ready for that lower wick down, right? Long wicks lower. So let's get into some altcoins, see if we can find some trade setups to start the week. Coin operator, do you believe Algorand or Quant can 20x in 2 years? Algorand or Quant can 20x in 2 years. It's possible, right? A 20x would mean algo gets up to $3.40, $3.50. Which is certainly possible. If we look at the all-time high of algo, all-time high is 350. Okay, so that means in order for it to 20x, it just needs to go to its all-time high. All right, let me just make sure my math is correct. I'm almost positive it is, but we'll confirm it right now on the stream. So we got the current price of Algorand, right? 0.177, 17.7 cents. Times 20 is going to be 354. The all-time high is 356. So it's possible, yeah. Highly possible. And for quant, literally just a return to the all-time high. But a lot of coins don't actually make it back to their all-time highs. So, and quant to $2,000 also very possible because of its tokenomics and its very limited supply, right? So a 20x, just so we have the it's $2,000, 2,200 maybe, 2,100. Yeah, very possible for quant to do that as well. Do I believe it's going to happen? Belief is a very strong word, so I'm not going to say I believe it will happen, but I'll say it's possible that it can happen. Yes, it's likely possible. Rohit saying, please see Near Protocol. Let's take a look at Near. All right, so Near Protocol here. On the daily time frame, has some nice bullish divergence. Some very nice bullish divergence at that. So if we want to look for a long with this daily bullish divergence, there's 1,000 ways to skin the cat, of course. But what I would really like to see is some kind of confirmed move higher. And one way to do that would be with a trendline break, of course. Just want to put a few of these on the chart here. Yeah, this doesn't help us. No, we'll leave that one. So we know we have daily bullish divergence, right? That's good. Very good. Now with that, in order to confirm a move higher, it's literally right at this trend line. All right, so we can take it on a confirmed move above this line, which would also print a higher high past these two little local highs. So really on Near, I would just look to slam it when it breaks this trend line. And maybe if we want to be a little bit more careful, if it closes above $1.30 on at least the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame for Near, but it's battling right now. Looks bullish. Yeah, this looks pretty good. %. Yeah, it looks decent for a long. I'm not going to take it. I'm already in my trades, but it's there. It's certainly there. On Near. I just want to see the all-time low of this thing too. Be very careful trading this current market. So all-time low is 52 cents. Right now it's $1.34. So I mean, yeah, this thing is low. This thing is crazy low. And on our weekly time frame, this is on the weekly a pretty major support level. All right. The reason I say that is if we look at these, first of all, when near listed on Binance, the opening candle opened at $1.30. We're right there. All right. This is over here on the left of the screen. Then we have wicks right up to $1.32. All right. So this level that near is at is a major support level with daily bullish divergence. All right, so the signs of a move higher are pretty good here. The odds, I would say, are in your favor. Doesn't mean it's going to definitely happen, but likely we do get a move higher. And the trade looks something like this here. Right? Again, best to wait for a confirmed break of these resistance levels before you get into it. But it's going to look something like this. You know, maybe you put your entry a little higher. Depends how you want to do it. But you got yourself over a 3-to-1 there. It looks pretty good. And we have Sniff saying Black Swan from the Tribe. Yeah, you can call him the Tribe Sniff. That's an appropriate word. And Rigoberto says, Connor, your Bitcoin price for mid-2023? Well, my Bitcoin price forecast for the year, go to this BLX. My Bitcoin price forecast is going to be on the high side 28K over here. And on the low side, call it 12K here. Okay. So if I think that price is going to mostly stay in this range here in 2023, I'm going to play it safe for your question, Rigoberto, and I'm going to say that my mid-2023 price prediction for Bitcoin, so we're talking July or June of 2023, it's going to be somewhere around $22,000. My best guess for that question. That's definitely pure speculation there. What are your trades, ETH and Link, Rohit? We shared that a little bit previously on the stream. Suggest you rewind if you want to catch those. Austin Craig saying, Happy New Year, bro, from Berlin. Your thoughts on ETH taking over the first place theory? Happy New Year, Austin Craig. Thank you for your support. Now, my thoughts on ETH taking over the first place theory. So I think you mean the flippening. I think you mean Ethereum taking first place in the market cap over Bitcoin. And I don't think that's going to happen this year, but I think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin that next bull market. Reason being is, listen, if Bitcoin stayed true to its original intended narrative of being peer-to-peer digital cash, then it would have a ton of users and people would be using it to transact every single day. But Bitcoin has transitioned to a store of value because the Bitcoin maximalists and the core developers and the community doesn't want to touch anything. They just want to leave it as it is. Ethereum on the other hand has a team making every important decision on the protocol, and it's essentially the world supercomputer, and it's going to be the mainstream blockchain, Ethereum, all right? So they're going to have a lot more people use it. Its network effect is going to be far greater than Bitcoin. So that's why I think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin a lot in the future. So it's certainly possible that as long as nothing, just that kills Ethereum happens, right? Then Ethereum will probably outpace Bitcoin. It's already on track to. But if there's something that happens where Ethereum just goes kaput and it just dies, something detrimental, which is possible because it's still very much an experiment, then that won't happen. But we can't predict that happening. But as of right now, yeah, Ethereum will do better than Bitcoin in the next bull market, in my opinion. Hope that answers your question, Austin Craig. Rohit says, what is the news for XRP? Is it bullish? I am confused because of whale activity. So with the news about XRP, I'm not too sure what's happening with that news. No problem, Austin Craig, glad that helped. Now XRP, I want to check this chart out. So a lot of people were, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but the XRP supporters, I made this video, top altcoins, and I was basically just talking about how coins that have been around for a number of years usually don't do as good as the new coins. And I used XRP as an example because it's a very real example. But you know, people get uptight and personal because they think it's the next quantum financial system. It's like, look, it's an objective reality. It's a fact, right? Your feelings don't care about facts. I certainly don't care about your feelings when it comes to facts. So to all those people, listen, it's nothing to you personally on XRP, but just wake up to and look what's going on. Anyways, the news and whale activity with XRP. So XRP has had whale activity since its inception, right? The team of XRP, you know, in the early years, just constantly sold tokens on the open market. This is all proven reality as well. So the whale activity has been happening since this thing got created in the first place. So that's probably why you're having a hard time understanding the whale activity, because they've been manipulating this thing since it started. Now, on the daily time frame, we're back in this range, right? This was all hype. You can go back to my videos during this time in September, October, where I said over and over and over again that the only reason XRP is pumping and breaking out of its range, right? This was its range. The only reason it broke out of the range was because everybody thought they were going to win the lawsuit. But there was nothing, there was no proof of that. It was literally a bunch of people making content saying, breaking, SEC doing this with the case, right? There's so much bad news out there on Twitter, on YouTube, because people literally only care about getting views or likes on their tweets or videos. People have this starved, thirsty mindset, especially, listen, I don't want to attack other content creators. I respect the hustle, I respect the grind. But when you only talk about XRP on your channel, you're going to say whatever you want to get clicks on your videos or likes on your tweets. That's why I don't really pay attention to the garbage most of the time. Because it is garbage most of the time, right? Especially when it comes to XRP information. People will say whatever to get a retweet or a click. So yeah, this thing's in a range. Range high over here at 44 cents. Range low over here at 29 cents. Right now it's at 33 cents in the middle of the range. So what do you expect from here? Maybe we come down and tap the range low, sweep it, and just stay trading in the range. That's what I would look for. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. Yeah, but if we do get a range low test, look for a sweep of it. Look for the divergence and look for an opportunity to long it. Trade the extremes of the range. But yeah, I have no idea what's happening with the lawsuit. I don't think anybody does. Something escrow unlocked XRP. I don't get it. So maybe the team had coins in escrow and holding, and now they're going to get unlocked. See, the thing with XRP, it's a lot like the FTX situation where there's a central party making all the decisions, like FTX. That was not a crypto problem. That was a centralization problem. XRP is the same thing, right? It's a one room of people making all the decisions. So it's prone to a lot of weaknesses because of that. So yeah, I'm not sure, Rohit, what's happening with that escrow thing, but it doesn't surprise me. It's been happening for the past, what was this thing listed in 2013? It's been happening for the past 9 years. So yeah, what do you expect? Yeah, XRP was listed in 2013, so 10 years. XRP has had the same shenanigans going on. Anyway, let's continue on. So out of ISO 20022 coins, do you have a favorite, or is ISO just hype? Good question, Coin Operated. My favorite is HBAR. I like HBAR. Certainly very speculative, but if I had to pick a favorite ISO coin, This is it easily. And then after that, it's going to be quant. And those are the only two that I care about when it comes to the ISO coins, HBAR and quant. Can't buy all of them, so you need to pick the best. I think those are the best, just my opinion, not financial advice. But if you have your entire portfolio in ISO coins, that to me is a seriously foolish thing to do. It's nonsense if you only own banker coins. Brett, what do you think about ADA? I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just another coin to me now. I've made a lot of money with ADA in the past, buying it in the last bear market and selling it a lot higher. At this point, it's really, the actual technology of it, of the blockchain, it does not compete with the new stuff, in my opinion, right? I think the layer 2s on ETH smoke it. And the user adoption is much higher on other networks too. So I wouldn't pick ADA as an investment going into that next bull run personally. Not to say it won't do well, but I don't really see it crushing it like it did this past time around. There's another thing too. I go over it in this video here. Top altcoins for this year or for the next bull run. I go over how a problem that a lot of these coins face is, so ADA launched at a good time, right? April, the last bear market, right? It launched in a bear market last time. So came all the way down here to 1 cent, 2 cents, goes all the way up to $3.10. The problem now with Cardano is a lot of people, this is a monthly chart, so each one of these candles represents 30 days of time. That's a lot of time for people all around the world to be buying Cardano up here above $1. They bought it above $1. At $1, they're down 75%. They regret their decision. They want out. So the second price comes back up to around $1, if that's where they got in, they're probably going to sell and break even. Right, this is called upside sell pressure. A lot of the altcoins have it. Now Cardano will have it going forward. That's going to make it very hard to break into price discovery. Sure, maybe it comes back up and tests the all-time high, which is still an amazing return, but that probably won't happen. And it really will most likely not at all go into new all-time high price discovery. That's just kind of out of the cards. Because of how well it did last run and all of the people that bought it so much higher, they just want out. So they're going to sell the second they can break even or recoup a little bit of their investment. So that's my thoughts about Cardano. Rohit says, I like the wall behind you. Please see whale alerts on Twitter. Thank you for saying you like the wall behind me. This is the studio wall. Trending on Twitter right now, Free Top G. It's pretty funny. Definitely should. Let's see, whale alerts. Do I follow this account? Why is it not popping up? Rohit, give me the name of the @ like the Twitter @ name. Which whale alert are you referring to here? So that I can look at it. All right, let's look at some more coins, guys. Let's look at one more. I got a raspy voice and I don't feel like doing this for 2 hours today. It is New Year's Day. So we're going to look at one more coin and then we're going to cap it. Link. Monthly. Let's look at Litecoin because Litecoin is hot. So over here, if we look at Litecoin, what is this, guys? This is a descending wedge with its 3 bottoms, right? If we look at Link, it has that too. right? So we see the pattern. The pattern is there. If we look at what happened on Litecoin, out of this pattern, it has traveled 13%, 14%, pretty good, right? But literally the same exact picture, very similar picture, link right now to Litecoin a few weeks ago, over here, December 18th. So that's why I like Link right now for long. You could, if you want to get into it late, look for the flip here, $5.62. But it could easily just get rejected from this resistance level. So I don't have any expectations for this trade, but I am in it right now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, in terms of Litecoin at resistance, right, in supply, looking a little toppy, looking a little bit toppy here. There we go. So just be careful. Don't long this now. I don't think it's time to long Litecoin. And then again, it just pumps. It just does whatever it wants. But the main thing I wanted to show you here was this fractal and how Link looks basically exactly the same right now. But that's going to be it for the live stream, guys. Again, the main thing that I wanted to share with you was this presentation. If you haven't watched this presentation, go to the beginning of the stream and watch it. All right, some good stuff in there. But thank you for joining the first live stream of 2023. We did every single week in 2022, and we're going to do every single week again in 2023 on a Sunday right here at Crypto Empire. Right? You guys want it, I will deliver. That's just how we roll here at Crypto Empire, where we dominate the market. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Happy New Year to you and your family. I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to go rest up, make sure my voice gets better. Be ready to crush it, because we got things to do, places to go, people to see, and money to make. So let's absolutely crush it. Thank you for all your support. Have a good rest of your night. Connor from Crypto Empire signing out. Smash the like.